Hello everyone, welcome back to the Seaborn series. In this video, we will be discussing about Seaborn Boxplot in detail. Boxplot is one of the most simple way to summarize a set of data values. It shows you how you spread the data, how there is a skewness, or basically the 5-point summary, as well as identifying the outliers. So let's first look at this particular example. I'm going to use the same automobile data set which is being used earlier. So this is my code. Let me run this. So what we are doing here is we are trying to create a box plot for this numerical column engine size. Now here we can see that this is the box plot. Now we have to, if we look at this particular diagram, this is what it is being called as the box plot. There are certain components of the box plot which we need to analyze. So the first thing is the box, which means this the entire part. Okay, so which represents the, if you look at this particular line, this represents the median of the data, which means the 50% of the data. The bottom edge, if you look at this particular bottom edge, it represents the lower quartile, which means that the 25% of the data falls below it. Okay, and if you look at this particular line, the top line, okay, which means that 75% of the data, okay, it falls below this particular line. Okay, so we have this middle line, which is the median, which represents the median. Then we have the top line, which represents the higher quartile, which means the 75% of data falls below it. And then we have this lower line, which means the lower quartile, which means 25% of the data falls below this. Okay, and the line inside the box represents the median, which is this median line. Okay, so next is the whiskers. Whiskers means here this particular lines, these lines, which is connecting this particular line and this particular line. This line and this line are called as the whiskers. So basically, whiskers gives us a sense of how spread our data is. It points that anything which falls outside outside the this are being considered as outliers. So outliers basically here are these dotted points. These are the dotted points which can be considered as the outliers. Okay, so this is how we need to understand and interpret the box plot. Okay, now we can also, because since here I have only used this one column engine size, we can also group this engine size with respect to a categorical column. So how we can do this? We can just add one more column like this on the y-axis. On the x-axis, I have put the number of doors. So let me run this code. Yeah, so we can see here for number of doors, we have created the box plots for CTMPG. So this way we can individually identify the outliers in CTMPG with respect to the different values of number of doors. We can also use the order parameter. So with the help of the order parameter, we can order our categorical values accordingly. So here we can see the number of doors has let me get the code and complete the code. Yeah, so here you can see that we have the number of doors on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we have the CTMPG. Okay, so now we can order the values of this number of doors, which has a value of 2, 4, and question mark, and we can order them like this way: question mark, 4, and 2. Okay, so then we can order them accordingly. So now we can see it's in a particular order. So this question mark you can ignore because this is a kind of a data quality issue, this question mark can be also considered as a unknown data. We don't know what is the number of doors in that scenario, but the main purpose here is to show that the order, with the help of the order parameter, we can arrange the box plots according to our wish. Next is we can use also hue. So we can use the hue parameter and we can include one more categorical column for which we are creating the hue. So here I'm going to create the hue for the fuel type. So everything remains the same. I've just added the parameter hue is equal to fuel type. So what it will do, fuel type we have two, gas and diesel, and for both of them, for the CTMPG and number of doors, okay, and with respect to the fuel type, the box plots will be drawn. Okay, so here we can say that there is one outlier in the CTMPG data, okay, where the number of doors is 2, okay, and the fuel type is gas. So this way we can also identify the outliers and identify the nature of the CTMPG with respect to one or more categorical columns. Okay, this is a case of a multivariate analysis where we have 3 columns. Okay, one numerical, which is CTMPG, and two categoricals, which is number of doors and fuel type respectively. We can also create subplots. So we can create a subplots. It's the same way of doing it. We just use the subplot method, and we can just we can just provide like, okay, what should be the position of those subplots. So here we can do it in this way. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so we have three diagrams which is being created. So first diagram is basically the relationship between the body style and engine size with respect to fuel type, and similar way we have a second diagram with the wheelbase, and then we have the body style with the width. Okay, so this way we can create the multiple subplots, so that we can have instead of repeating the code again and again, you can just create one subplot where you are showing the relationship between all of the features. Okay, so this is a kind of a shortcut way of creating the subplots. It will save your time. Now next thing is the line width, filter, flyer size, palettes, and the width parameter. Okay, so let me draw the diagram. uh, yeah, so this is how we can draw it. So these are the parameters. So here we have used, everything is same. The x-axis, y-axis, and the hue is same. Only thing is that we have used the width, palette parameter, and the line width. Okay. So when we talk about width, it basically, width represents here the width of the boxes. Let me draw this first. It will be easy for me to explain. So width here represents the width of this particular box plot. So we can increase it, we can decrease it based upon our. Okay. Then palette. Palette is basically, we can give a kind of a customized color to our diagram. So for example, you can see here fuel type is gas and diesel. So we can provide this, we can give a particular color code to them. Okay, accordingly. And then we have the flyer size. So flyer size is basically represents the size of the outliers. Okay, but this is the size of the outliers. Okay, so if we can increase it, we can decrease it, we can give the so that for the better understanding, for the better interpretation. This totally depends upon you, how you are going to adjust these parameters according to your needs. Okay, then we have the line width. So line width is basically, it represents the thickness of this this line, then the bordering lines and all those lines. If you want to make it more thick, then you have to increase the value of the line width parameter. So this is how we can customize the box plot according to our needs. So this was all about box plot. Please do let me know if you have any questions, write it down in the comment section, and stay tuned for more videos for Seaborn. And please do like and subscribe if you like my videos. So thanks everyone. Thanks a lot.